And now he's here with the Minnesota Twins. I gave you his lineup earlier, but we'll give it to you again as Mock and Billy Martin go over the lineups. Mock has Jerry Terrell leading off, Dan Ford in right field, Rod Carew playing a new position, first base, Larry Heisel batting fourth and playing left field, Craig Kusick, the designated hitter, Butch Weininger, the catcher, batting sixth, batting seventh and playing third base for the Twins, Dave McKay. He's a newcomer, and we'll tell you about him as the game goes along. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Steve Bry. Batting ninth, the shortstop, Danny Thompson. And on the mound for the Minnesota Twins, right-hander Dave Goltz. For the Yankees, Mickey Rivers will lead off, and he'll play center field. Rivers in center field batting first. Roy White playing left field for the Yankees and batting second. Batting third for the Yankees, behind the plate for the first time in 4 games, Thurm Munson. Munson will bat third and catch. Batting fourth and playing first base for the Yankees, Chris Chambliss. Greg Nettles will bat fifth, and he'll play third base. Nettles playing third and batting fifth. Oscar Gamble returns to right field, and he'll bat sixth. Gamble playing right field and batting sixth. Willie Randolph at second base will hit seventh. Randolph batting seventh and playing second. Rich Coggins will be the designated hitter, and he will bat eighth. Coggins, DH, and batting eighth for the Yankees. The shortstop, Jim Mason. Mason will bat ninth, and he'll play shortstop, and making his first start of the 1976 season, left-hander Rudy May. So Rudy May will be on the mound for the Yankees. Rudy May has finished his warm-up tosses. Munson has thrown it into center field. It's been tossed back into the Yankee infield. And this ball game is just about ready to get underway as Jerry Terrell steps in against May. Terrell bats right-handed. He's 2 for 16 so far in the young season. The first pitch is too high ball. May missing with the fastball. And the first pitch is thrown out, and it will be reserved for history. Maybe that's why May threw the ball too high. May's next delivery. Too high again. 2 balls and no strikes. Funny to sit up here and look down at first base and see Tony Oliva, one of the greatest hitters the American League's ever had, coaching down there. 2-0 pitch. High ball, 3 balls and no strikes on Terrell. Jerry backs out, looks down at third base. You know he's going to take it. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Let's take 15 seconds for station identification. The right fielder's in against Rudy May. He's a right-handed hitter. He's 2 for 21 so far. May sets, kicks, and deals. A breaking ball hit deep to left center. White's after it. He's got a long run. It is gone. A home run for Dan Ford. And the Cubs lead 2-0. Visiting player Dan Ford hit the first home run in the new Yankee Stadium and giving the Twins a 2-0 lead here, and we're just underway. Ford was batting .095 before that home run. That's his second of the year. He's only got 3 hits, 2 have been home runs. 2-0 Twins as Rod Carew is in. Went out between the 387 mark and the 430 mark and into the Twin bullpen. So the Twins, after 5 pitches, lead it 2-0. Jerry Terrell walked on 4 pitches. And then Dan Ford jumped on May's fastball and ripped it over the fence and deep left center field. And the right right now we've got a little pig on the field. The usher and the Yankee bat boy are putting it back into a sack, and they'll probably take it off. Somebody turned the pig loose. Fortunately, the pig did not start to run, and I hope it's all right. Pulling him gingerly off the field. While they're doing that, Rudy May continues to warm up. The Twins shocking Rudy May and the Yankees early. They've taken a 2-0 lead as Rod Carew steps in. Carew is 6 for 18 so far. That's about .333. His lifetime batting average .328. Bounce one toward first base. Chambliss has it, bobbles it, underhand toss to May, and they've got him. Ball was hit between Chambliss and May. May decided to let Chambliss get the ball. Chambliss got it and bobbled it. Rudy kept going and was at the bag and got the toss and Chris for the first out. So to put out 3-1. And that'll bring on Larry Heisel, the left fielder. Heisel bats right-handed. He's 5 for 21 so far. That's just under .240. Twins have their lineup loaded with right-handed hitters, except for Carew. Leininger's a switch hitter. May rocks, kicks, and deals the first pitch. Heisel takes a breaking ball that's outside. Twins leading at 2-0. Top of the first. The next delivery. Swung on and missed a good breaking ball by Rudy May. It's the ball to strike. Nettles at third base. Mason's a shortstop. Randolph at second. And Chambliss playing first for the Yankees. Fastball finds the outside corner. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Heisel. White Rivers and Oscar Gamble in the outfield. Thurman Munson making his first appearance behind the plate. 1-2 pitch is too high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Heisel. May taking a lot of time. By the way, Eddie Lyons is the third base coach for the Twins. Breaking ball hit him. Curveball broke too much, and Heisel could not get out of the way. He's hit by the pitch, and he'll go to first base. So a tough first inning for Rudy May. He walked the leadoff man, Jerry Terrell. Gave up the 2-run home run to Dan Ford. Got Carew on a bounce out, but now he hits Larry Heisel. So Heisel at first base with one away, and here's Craig Kusick, the designated hitter. Kusick so far in the season is 2 for 8. Big right-handed hitter. Yankee infield back looking for 2 except for Chambliss. He's got a hold Heisel who has good speed there. May sets. Checks the runner. And the pitch. Fastball down low. Got some action in the Yankee bullpen. Dick Tidrow, a right-hander, up and throwing. And he's throwing hard. Now the set by May. And the pitch. The runner's going. Inside a ball. Throw to second. Oops, and the ball is off Randolph's glove. Goes out into center field. Heisel's up. And he'll go on to third base. That was a good throw by Munson. Randolph tried to tag the runner before he caught the ball, and it went off his glove. The ball was right on the bag at second base, not into center field. And we'll see who gets the error. As Heisel got up and went on to third base. So give Heisel a stolen base. And the E will be given either to Munson or the second baseman Randolph. The Yankees will keep their infield back. Of course, they will shift their infield. They've got a runner at third base and only one out. They'll move that infield in and out according to the pitch. Twins lead at 2-0. The ball was high, so they count 2 balls, no strikes on Kusick. Here's the wind and the pitch with the infield coming in. The breaking ball is inside. It's 3-0. On deck for the Twins, Butch Leininger, the catcher. Nettles, even with the bag at third base. And the infield moves in again. Fastball on the inside corner to strike. 3-1. Twins lead at 2-0, top of the first. The 2-run home run by Dan Ford. They've got Heisel, who was hit by a pitch, stole second, went to third at third base. The pitch to Kusick is hit into right field. That might be far enough. Gamble way out. He's under. He's got it. Tagging at third base and coming on to score is Larry Heisel, and the Twins lead it 3-0. So give Kuzik a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. Heisel scoring easily from third base. With 2 outs now, the batter's a catcher. Butch Weiniger, he's a switch hitter. He's then batting a right-handed against Rudy May. Weiniger 4 for 17. And they give the error to the second baseman, Willie Randolph. Fastball misses inside. So Heisel got a stolen base. The error on a perfect throw from Munson gives him to Randolph. It allowed Heisel to go to third, and he scored on the sacrifice fly. As Weiniger takes the fastball over for a strike, it's a ball on the strike. May doesn't like the sign. Now he finds what he likes, kicks and deals. He misses inside, 2-1. Twins ahead, 3-0. Top of the first. 2 outs, nobody on. Rudy May rocks, kicks, and deals a 2-1 pitch. Popped up there in second base. Willie Randolph calling. He'd better watch the bag, and he's got it. Randolph puts it away for out number 3. But the Twins score 3 times here in the top of the first. On just 1 base hit, 1 Yankee error, and nobody left on base for the Twins. At the end of the half, the Twins 3, the Yankees coming up. He kicks some dirt around, preparatory to throwing the ball in, and he's just started his warm-up throws. Once again, the Twins lead the Yankees 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the first inning. May walked Terrell on 4 pitches and gave up the home run to Dan Ford. Ford jumping on the first fastball and really hitting it out into left center field into the Twin bullpen. Then Carew bounced out. Larry Heisel got hit by a curveball, stole second, went on to third when the ball got through Randolph. Randolph picking up the air, and Craig Kuzik drove in with a sacrifice fly to right field. Well, the Yankees have their work cut out for them as we go to the bottom half of the first inning with the Twins ahead 1-0. Today's paid attendance, which will be announced sometime later on, will be the largest Yankee Stadium since the opener on April 19th, 1946, when they had 54,826 fans here. The largest Shea Stadium opener was 52,812 in '66. Of course, the capacity of this stadium, as it's presently constructed, is 54,028. The old Yankee Stadium seated 65,010. Mickey Rivers in against Dave Gose. Rivers chops one toward second. Dove and knocked down by the second baseman, but he can't make a play. Jerry Terrell dove for the ball, knocked it down, and Rivers will get a base hit. That's Rivers' 4th base hit. He's 4 for 19. And he's 3 for 3 in stolen bases. So Rivers gets an infield hit. He's at first base, leading off with the Yankees here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring on Roy White. Roy is 6 for 15 so far with a home run. Twins lead it 3-0. Yankees trying to fight back here in the bottom half of the first inning. White a switch hitter and left-handed against Gose. Pitch to him. Misses inside, gets past the catcher, and Rivers will go to second base. That could be a pass ball. And time is called now. Gene Mock, the skipper of the Minnesota Twins, wants to talk to Weiniger, and he wants to talk to Gose. Pitch was just a bit inside, about, I'd say, pelled high to White. Weiniger probably just a bit nervous playing in this new stadium. Let that ball get by him, and it is a pass ball charged to the young catcher, Butch Weiniger. So Rivers down at second base with no outs to count 1 ball and no strikes on Roy White. McKay, the third baseman, on the grass. The rest of the infield back, normal depth. Thompson at shortstop, Terrell at second base, and Rod Carew playing a new position at first. As White hits one on the ground at second, that'll get the runner over. Terrell digs it out, throws on to Carew, White's out. Roy did his job, moves the runner to third base. Rivers is there with one away, and the hand is building for Thurr Munson, Yankee catcher. Munson 5 for 18 so far, coming off a great year last year in which he drove in over 100 runs for the first time in his career. He has a home run, 4 runs batted in. He's batting at .278 so far this season. Time's called now. We didn't give it the umpires. The third base umpire, of course, Marty Springstead. The umpire at second base, a rookie, Dale Ford. At first base, Larry Barnett. And umpiring behind the plate, Don Dinkinger. And he's wearing the National League chest protector, which is worn under the shirt. The left side of the Twin infield shortens up just a bit. The right side playing back. And the pitch to Munson. It's down low ball. Mickey Rivers at third base with one down here in the bottom of the first. The Twins lead 3-0. On deck for the Yankees, first baseman Chris Chambliss. For the runner at third base, Golds does not wind up. He pitches from the stretch position, and he's in it. And the pitch to Munson. Check swing down low. 2 balls, no strikes. Munson working with a jammed right finger. Gene Mock tested that early, and Munson threw a strike down to second base. He got through Randolph. Next pitch is fouled back. 2-1 on Thurman. Off that throw in that first inning. With Mary Heisel trying to steal second base. Munson's fingers in good shape. Now Golds wants a new baseball, and the home plate umpire Don Dinkinger gives him one. Still back. Left side shortened up a couple of steps. As Gold sets. 2-1 pitch to Munson. Hit on the ground to third base. Scooped by McKay. Looks the runner back to third. Throws on the first base. They've got Munson. Good play by the young third baseman. He went to his left short off that ball. Took a look at Mickey Rivers to make sure that he stayed at third base and flipped on the Carew for the putout. So there's 2 down now. Rivers still at third base. And the batter is Chris Chambliss, the Yankee first baseman. Chambliss so far this season is 4 for 18. Got a couple of big hits in that second game went over Baltimore. Hit the ball hard into left center field against Jim Palmer. Left-handed batter, they play him straight away. Twins leading at 3-0. Bottom of the first. Rivers at third base with 2 down. Golds now taking a long time looking at Weininger for a sign. Finally gets it. And the pitch to Chambliss. Bounced up the middle, but the shortstop Thompson's there. It has it behind the bag. Off-balance throw pulls Carew off the bag, but he tags Chambliss going by. So the put out 6-3, and the Yankees, after having a man at third base with just 2 outs, with just 1 out, failed to get him in. No runs on the base hit. No errors by the Twins. The Yankees leave a man. At the end of 1, Minnesota 3, the Yankees nothing. Top of the second, the Twins lead it 3-0. McKay 4 for 17 so far, right-handed batter. Swings and he doesn't get a breaking ball. No balls and a strike on it. Twins with a lot of new faces. Trent and Steve Braun not playing this afternoon. He's over there. Breaking balls, a call, strike 2. O'May quickly out in front of this right-handed hitter. Here's a wind by the left-hander and the 2-strike pitch. Just misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McKay is from Vancouver, British Columbia. Swings and he doesn't get a breaking ball. He went too far. He thought he had held up. Now he turns around, looks at home plate umpire Don Dinkinger, and then walks away. So May picks up his first strikeout. There's one away, and that'll bring on Steve Bry, the center fielder. Bry bats right-handed. Last year with the Twins, he hit .252. Takes high ball. The Yankees play him straight away as they've turned the lights on here at the stadium. Looped into left field. That's going to be in front of White. And he'll get it on the first hop and get it back in, and Bry will hold at first base with a single. Well, the Twins have just picked up their second base hit in the ball game. The first one, of course, the big one, a two-run home run by Dan Ford. So Bry at first base with hit number 2 for the Twins, and that'll bring on Danny Thompson, the shortstop. Thompson bats right-handed, and he's a pretty good hit-and-run man. Bry has fairly good speed. He's at first base with one away. Thompson so far 2 for 17 this season, as Chambliss holds on Bry. May sets. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled in and out of the glove of Thurman Munson. No balls and a strike on Danny Thompson, who backs out, looks at Eddie Lyon, his third base coach. Tony Oliva coaching at first base for the Twins. Of course, if the Twins have a power shortage, they can always bring Oliva back. Here's a one-strike pitch to Thompson. Fouled off on the right side and out of play. And that makes the upper deck. No balls and 2 strikes. Tony, of course, has had, I don't know how many operations on that right knee, at least 6 over the last 2 or 3 years. And despite that, he managed to hit 280, 290 over the last 3 or 4 years on one leg. 2-strike pitch now to Thompson. Breaking balls in the dirt, runners going, throw to second, and if he's safe as the umpire at second base, Dale Ford said that Randolph missed him, and really now is out there arguing. Good slide by Steve Bry. He slid on the inside part of the infield. If he'd gone straight in, Randolph would have had him. So give Bry a stolen base. Another good throw by Munson. As that ball was low and in, Thompson had to get out of the way, and Munson got it down to second base in plenty of time. Randolph just a little slow in getting it down. So give Bry a stolen base. He's down at second, one away now, and the count, 1-2 pitch coming to Danny Thompson. Pops it foul off the right side and over the Yankee dugout and back into the crowd. Count remains 1-2. The Yankees have White in left, Rivers in center, and Gamble in right field. They're not playing too deep for Danny Thompson. May sets. Checks the runner at second base. And the 1-2 delivery to Thompson. The breaking ball, it's outside. The count's all even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Twins ahead, 3-0. And the threatening, we're in the top of the second. Now May is ready again. And the 2-2 delivery. Thompson pops it up out behind second base. Mason, the shortstop, backing up and calling. He's under it. He's got it. 2 down. That'll bring on Jerry Terrell, who walked on 4 pitches in the first inning, leading the ball game off. That was followed by Dan Ford's home run. Gave the Twins a quick 2-0 lead. Then Heisel was hit by a pitch, went to second, went to third as Randolph let the ball get through him, scored on a sacrifice fly. So Terrell has not been at bat officially yet, though he has scored a run. May sets and checks Bry at second base, and the pitch now to Jerry Terrell. Breaking ball in the air to shallow center. Coming on, the center fielder Rivers, waiting. Puts it away for out number 3. Twins, no runs on a base hit. The man left on base. Go to the bottom of the second. Twins lead the Yankees 3-0. The breaking ball low. Greg, so far this year, 2 for 13. One of those hits, a home run down in Baltimore. Takes a slider inside that backs him out. 2 balls, no strikes. Nettles has driven in 3 runs so far this year. Last year he drove in 91 for the Yankees. Goldsmith is down low with the fastball, and he must have lost his footing because he spun around after he let the ball go. So it's 3-0 on Nettles. We'll get Nettles, Gamble, and then Willie Randolph for the Yankees in the bottom of the second inning. Golds wise, kicks and deals a 3-0 pitch, and it's in there for a called strike. 3-1. They're playing Nettles to pull in the outfield. Ford way around toward the line in right field. Bry open right center. Nettles swings, and he doesn't get a slider. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the left fielder Heisel way over in left center field. Now Golds backs off. He wants to work the baseball over. In case some of our listeners in Patterson, New Jersey wonder where Johnny Briggs is. Johnny ended last season with the Minnesota Twins. He's playing baseball in Japan. Payoff pitch. Nettles swings, and he doesn't get it. He goes down swinging. 1 away. Here's Oscar Gamble, the right fielder. Gamble, splitting right field with Lou Piniella, is 3 for 9 so far in the season. That averages out to 333. Left-handed batter. They play him the same way they played Nettles, to pull in the outfield. Goes wise, kicks and deals. A fastball that sails outside. Twins ahead, 3-0. The bottom of the second. They have 3 runs on 2 hits. The Yankees, no runs on 1 hit. On deck, Willie Randolph. Gold's taking a lot of time. Now he's ready. The pitch is inside. Almost got Gamble on the knee. It's 2-0. 1 out, nobody on here in the second inning. Twins lead 3-0. Here's a 2-0 delivery to Gamble. Swung on line, knocked down by Carew, but there'll not be a play. The second baseman, Terrell, ran the ball down out in short right field, but not in time to get Oscar Gamble. So Gamble's now 4 for 10. In fact, Gold stopped halfway between the pitching mound and home plate. Nobody was at first to catch the ball. Except Terrell thrown it there. So Gamble picks up the Yankees' second base hit. He's at first base. And the batter is Willie Randolph, the second baseman. Randolph, 2 for 11 so far. One of those, a shot hit into the seats down in Baltimore, a home run. This kid's going to be around a long time. Throw the first base, and Gamble's back. Willie hits with power, fields, has good speed, does just about everything you ask a ball player to do. Chops one foul outside third. Backhanded in foul territory by the third baseman, Dave McKay. No balls and a strike on Randolph. Gamble back to first base. He's being held there by Rod Carew. We'll give you a station break in just a moment. Gold's taking a lot of time. The right-hander sets, checks Gamble, and the pitch to Randolph. The breaking ball is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Willie Randolph. Infield back looking for 2, except the third baseman, McKay. He's in even with the bag. And, of course, the first baseman, Carew, has to hold Gamble there. And now the set. And the 1-1 pitch to Randolph. Bounce foul outside of third. Let's take 15 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Home of Champions Radio Network.
This is WMCA, Strauss Communications in New York. Hi, this is Mel Allen. Don't get caught off base because of the air freight company you use. Call Emery, the shortest distance between 2 points.
1 ball, 2 strikes, a count on Willie Randolph. Gamble at first base with 1 out. We're in the bottom half of the second inning. The Twins lead the Yankees 3-0. Colts taking a lot of time finding a sign. Now he sets and the pitch. Hit on the ground to second. Might be 2. Terrell with the shortstop Thompson for 1. Back to first, not in time. Gamble went in and upset Thompson just a bit, and the shortstop had trouble getting the ball out of the glove. But they do, the Twins, get the force at second, 4-6. Randolph on at first base with the fielder's choice, and the batter designated hitter Rich Coggins. Coggins making his first appearance at the plate for the Yankees here in 1976 to the official opening. They play him straight away in the outfield and infield. Third baseman McKay still shortened up. Coggins bats left-handed. Throw to first base, and Randolph is back. Now, Billy Martin doesn't mind moving his runners, despite the fact the Yankees may be behind 3-0. Nope, he doesn't go. Ball's drilled into center field. Fry's there, though, and he's got it for out number 3. Coggins hit the ball hard, but right to Steve Brock. No runs on a base hit. The Yankees leave 1. At the end of 2, it's the Twins 3. The Yankees, nothing. Third, Twins ahead 3-0. And the pitch to Dan Ford is swung on and missed. Ford's caused all the trouble for Rudy May and the Yankees by jumping on the first pitch in the very first inning after Terrell had walked and hit a 2-run home run. And the changeup misses inside. It's 1-1. Rudy not going with that fastball now. He's showing him change of speeds. They plan to pull in the outfield. May's 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch to Dan Ford. Fastball is low. 3 balls and a strike. Lights are on here at Yankee Stadium as the 3-1 pitch comes on. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. Ford had started toward first base, but Don Dinginger, the home plate umpire, called him back. It looks like there's an empty seat in this ballpark. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Ford goes down swinging at a good fastball. 1 down. May's second strikeout in the ball game, and that'll bring on Rod Carew, the first baseman. Carew's been up once, bounced to Chambliss at first base, and Chambliss threw it to May covering for an out. So Rod Carew is 0 for 1. Left-handed batter. Takes a breaking ball that's too low. Well, they've been trying to get Carew off of second base for a lot of years. They finally got him this year. He takes low. 2 balls, no strikes. Tried to move Carew to third base and tried to move to the outfield. Well, they finally convinced him this year to move to first base. Doesn't make any difference where he plays. He's going to get 200 hits. He'll end up top of the league in hitting. Fastball is up and in. Knocks him out of there. It's 3-0. Lifetime batting average of .328. That's tops among the active players. Fastball is inside. Ball 4. That's high up among inactive players. So Carew walks on 4 pitches. He's at first base with 1 down. That'll bring on Larry Heisel. He's playing left field. Hit by a right-handed batter. 3-0 Twins here in the top of the third. Carew with a good-sized lead there at first base. He's being held by Chambliss. May sets, and the pitch. Too high with the fastball. again, Dick Tidrow gets up and starts loosening up in the Yankee bullpen in center field. The pitch, chop foul. Hit in front of the plate, hit Heisel, and hit Munson's glove, bounced out toward the mound. Thurm fixed up and flips it back to Rudy May. The count, a ball and a strike on Heisel. Carew moving off first. He's checked by May. And May goes to first base and Carew's back easily. Now Rudy bends forward, straightens up, and stops at the belt. The pitch, there goes a runner. Breaking ball is outside. Throw the second into center field. Getting up and going to third base is Rod Carew as Rivers hustles that ball into the infield. That should be and will be an error on Munson. Ball's just thrown a little high as the Twins continuing to run. Of course, Mock realizes, Mock the skipper of the Twins, that this is Munson's first opportunity to catch in quite a while. I believe Thurm was hurt after the first exhibition game, and he was a designated hitter all through there and all through the first 4 ball games. So Munson threw that one into center field. So give Carew a stolen base, give Munson that error. Oh, the Twins now have a runner at third with just one away, and the count 2 balls and a strike on Larry Heisel, and the Yankees decide to bring their infield in. That's Nettles, Mace, Randolph, and Chambliss all around the infield grass as Mace sets. And the 2-1 pitch to Heisel. The breaking ball is too high, 3-1. On deck is Craig Kusick, the designated hitter. May sets. And the 3-1 pitch to Heisel. Swung on and missed a good breaking ball by May, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now May needs a strikeout or a pop-up here. Twins have Carew at third base with 1 away as May sets. And the payoff pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 4. And here comes Billy Martin. Heisel walked. The third walk given up by Rudy May. Heisel at first base. Carew on at third with 1 away. And that's going to be all for Rudy May. May leaves, and the pitcher will be Dick Tidrow. So the new pitcher, Dick Tidrow, is making his way to the mound. Dick Tidrow is making his way to the mound. We'd like to... And Tidrow now will take his warm-up throws. So Rudy goes just 2 1/3 innings. He gives up 3 runs. And the runner's on. That's Carew at third and Heisel at first. Would be his responsibility. On just 2 base hits, he struck out 2, and he walked 3. Of course, wildness got him into a bit of trouble because he walked Terrell on 4 pitches leading off the ball game. Gave up the home run to Dan Ford. It made it 2-0 Twins. Then he hit Heisel with a pitch. Heisel promptly stole second, went to third, and Randolph bobbled the ball and scored on a sacrifice fly. And then in the third, his undoing was the 1-out walk to Rod Carew. Carew stole second, and Munson threw the ball into center field, allowing Carew to go to third base. And he walked Larry Heisel on a 3-2 pitch. The Twins have runners at first and third with just 1 out. And we talked earlier about Steve Braun and said that he was on the Twins bench, and right now he's in there. He's going to pinch it for Craig Kusick. Braun, a left-handed hitter, batting for Kusick here in the 3rd inning. The Twins, despite the fact that they're leading 3-0, want some more runs. So Braun will become the Twins' designated hitter. Tidrow has just finished his warm-up process, and Braun will step in. Nettles in close at third base. Chambliss holding on the runner at first. Mason and Randolph, the shortstop at second baseman, back looking for two. As Tidrow sets. And the pitch to Braun. Misses outside a ball. Tidrow works everybody outside. Works away from left-handers and away from right-handers. Braun has been at bat 12 times. He has one base hit. Now the set by Tidrow and the pitch. Get on the ground to first base. Chambliss backhand. His throw to second for one, and there is no play back to first base. And on the play, Carew scores, and the Twins lead it 4-0. Good play by Chambliss. He was holding the runner on, but when he flipped the ball to Mason at second base, forcing Heisel, nobody covered first base, and there could not be a throw back there. So a run scored. 2 outs. Put out down at second. 3-6. Braun on at first base. Give him an RBI. And the batter is Butch Weiniger, the catcher. He's been up once, popped to second. Tidrow sets. And the pitch to Weiniger. Called strike on the outside corner. Weiniger, a switch hitter, batted right-handed against Rudy May, the starter, in the first inning. He's in there left-handed now against the right-hander Tidrow. Here's a one-strike pitch. Check swing down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Twins 4, Yankees nothing. Top half the third inning. Tidrow sets, throws to first base, and Braun gets back. Tidrow is a big fella. He goes 6'5". Another throw to first base, and Braun is back. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Braun moving off first. Not too big a lead there. Braun does not have that much speed. Here's a pitch. Down low, it's 3-1. On deck, Dave McKay, the third baseman. Scored that run here in the third inning without the benefit of a base hit. A walk, a stolen base in there, another walk, and a fielder's choice. 3-1 delivery. Swung on, bounced towards second. Randolph scoops it up, looks at it, flips to Chambliss, got him. Weiniger bounces out 4-3. Twins pick up a run on no hits, 1 Yankee error, and a man left on base. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. The Minnesota Twins 4, the New York Yankees nothing. Jim Mason will try to get something started for the Yankees as we're in the bottom half of the third inning. Twins leading 4-0. He got 3 runs in the top of the first against Rudy May. Added 1 more in the top of this inning. So far, the Yankees have 2 base hits, an infield hit by Mickey Rivers leading the ball game off, and another infield hit by Oscar Gamble as he banged one off the glove of first baseman Rod Carew. Mason is 1 for 6 so far. Hits one to right field, going back to right field, forward, it's over his head and up against the wall. Throw into second base is going to be close. Mason dives and he's saved. Jim Mason jumping on the first pitch and lined it over the head of the right fielder, Dan Ford. 1 hop up against the wall. Ford did a good job of going back. That ball came off fast to him, and of course Yankee outfielders have got to watch that. That ball really comes back to him off that wall. Fielders have got to watch that. That ball really comes back to him off that wall. And he threw in the second base. A perfect throw there. Mason had to slide for a double. Here's Mickey Rivers. Rivers got an infield hit in the first inning, so he's 1 for 1. That was his 4th base hit of the season. 4 for 19. Third baseman McKay shortens up. So does the shortstop. He moves a couple of steps in. Rivers likes to slap that ball that way on the left side. Second baseman Terrell and the first baseman Carew playing back. Gold sets and then backs off. And Rivers backs out. Time is called. The Yankees have had at least one base runner, and each inning they had an opportunity to score. In the first inning, when Rivers got to third base with only one away, but Munson bounced out, and so did Chambliss. Rivers takes a breaking ball that's too high. Mason moving off second base. Goltz takes a long time between pitches. Now he deals. Fastball is popped foul back over our heads and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rivers. The Yankees have played 4 games so far. They've won 3 of them as Rivers changes bats. Went to his home run bat, maybe. The Yankees need the long ball here. They're down 4-0. Mason moving off second base with no outs, bottom of the third. Pitch to Rivers. Down low. 2-1. Rivers did hit 1 home run last year for the California Angels. He drove in 53 runs for the Angels, in addition to stealing 70 bases in 84 attempts. It's McCrouch. Always moving his feet. Here's a 2-1 pitch to him. Swung on line, base hit right field. Mason digging around third base. He's still there. And they might get him a throw to third, but he's back. Rivers has to hold at first base. Dick Hauser went halfway down. He knows Dan Ford has a pretty good arm, and he held Mason wisely at third base on that ground single to right field by Mickey Rivers. So the Yankees have runners at first and third and nobody out, and the batter, Roy White. I don't know what bat Rivers used, but he better keep it. Really shot that ball past Carew, the first baseman, and the second baseman, Jerry Terrell. Well, the Yankees threatening now in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and third, nobody out as Roy White steps in. He's been up once, bounced to second. Now the set by Goltz and the pitch. A breaking ball that just dipped the outside corner. And we're going to get some action in the Twin bullpen. Sets. Pitch to White. Another breaking ball. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. Our left-hander warming up for the Twins. Looks like Vic Albury getting loose for Minnesota. 2 strikes you count on White. The runners lead. 2-strike pitch. Fastball inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jim Mason at third base. Mickey Rivers on at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Twins have taken a 4-0 lead. Yankees threatening. Goltz now taking a lot of time. Now he sets. Pitch. There goes Rivers. Line foul over Ellie Howard's head. Foul ground. Kicks up against the track and bounces back on the field. And the count remains 1-2. Yankees had Rivers running on that pitch. Ellie Howard watching Rivers. White got a pitch inside and lined it over Howard's head. And Ellie, the first base coach, had to duck quickly. Well, the count's still 1-2. Now time is called. McKay, the third baseman, has to say something to Thompson. the shortstop. A little short, quick conference. Mason at third base. Rivers at first. Gold sets. And fakes to throw to third. Spins. And fakes to throw to first base. And nobody's moving. Also backed off. Twins have some trick plays. Pitch. Curveball. Bounce to first base. Carew scoops. Goes to second for one. Now Mason scores as the throw back to first base is not in time. And the Yankees have gotten on the board. Carew came up with that ball. Didn't look home at all. Mason, as soon as he saw Carew spin and go to second base, he came on and scored. And White was safe at first. So White gets a fielder's choice. And a run batted in. Mason scoring. Rivers is forced at second base, 3-6 for the first out here in the third inning. Twins now lead 4-1. Here's Munson, who bounced to third in the second inning. Aubrey continues to get loose for the Twins in their bullpen out in left center field. Pitch to Munson. Chopped foul outside third base. Well, the Yankees have out-hit the Twins, but the Twins have outscored the Yankees. Goldstone gets a new baseball. Looks over his right shoulder at White. We're holding White at first base. Now the set. Throw the first base. White is back. Is ready again. And the pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Munson. Wind blowing toward left field. One delivery. Swung on, bounced back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Munson. And 2 strikes on Munson. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom half of the third inning. The Twins lead 4-1. Now Goltz is ready. And the pitch. Breaking ball down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Munson. Foreman so far, 5 for 19. Foreman hit a home run down in Baltimore. He has 4 runs batted in. 2-2 pitch to him. Swung on, 1 hopper to the shortstop. He digs it up to second for 1. Back to first, double play. 6-4-3 double play. The Twins get out of the inning. Yankees do get a run on 2 base hits. The Yankees don't leave anybody. We played 3, and at the end of 3, the Twins 4, the Yankees 1. Well, at the end of 3 innings of play here at the new Yankee Stadium, the Twins have 4 runs on 2 hits, and the Yankees 1 run on 4 hits. And the Yankees committed a couple of errors. So it's 4-1 Twins as we go into the top half of the 4th inning. And here to take you over the next 3 innings is Scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
Okay, William, and been an exciting day so far. Not in favor of the Yankee fans or Billy Martin and the Yankee ball players. They trail 4-1. And leading off will be Dave McKay, who struck out his first time up. McKay, a right-hand batter. Dick Tidrow in relief of Rudy May. And the first pitch is low and inside, ball 1. Rudy had not pitched since April the 3rd, and anytime Rudy's control is off, and it's bound to be when you haven't pitched in better than 2 weeks, There's one loop to shallow center, and Mickey No, Mason out, makes the catch one away. That'll bring up Steve Bry in the center field. Bry singled and stole a base in the second inning. Right-hand batter. And the pitch is fouled over in the Twin dugout. 1 out, nobody on. 4-1, Minnesota leading. We're in the top of the fourth. Still a long ways to go in this ball game. The pitch is low, ball 2. Right now, let's pause for station identification. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network.
CA Scouts Communications in New York. This is Long John Neville.
And this is Candy Jones.
Join us each night at midnight for the best in radio. Yes, the very best.
All right, the next pitch to Bry is low and outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Tidrow winds. And check swing ground ball. Tidrow will have to hurry. He gets it, throws to first. They got him. That was a weird play. The ball had gone by Tidrow. He had to run after it, pick it up, wheel around, and throw to first. But he made the play. And that's 2 away, and the batter, Danny Thompson. Danny popped to short his first time up. Danny, right-hand batter. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Take a look at that ball. Oh, and it almost hit the umpire. Good thing he kept his mask on. Tidrow fired it, and he's got a big grin on his face. And they throw that ball out of play. 2 out, nobody on. Tidrow winds, and the pitch is inside 1-1. Danny Thompson almost had to leave baseball because of a touch of leukemia. There's his swing. He did swing. Yes, he did, as the home plate umpire asked Larry Barnett, the first base umpire. And he said he went around. The next pitch is fouled back in the upper deck and out of play. All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tidrow into the windup, and the curve is over. Strike 3 call. Oh, good inning for Tidrow. And for the Twins, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left at the end of 3.5. Minnesota 4 and the Yankees 1. 4-1. They scored 3 runs in the first inning on just 1 base hit, a 2-run homer by Dan Ford. They scored their other run in the third inning without the benefit of a base hit. A walk, a stolen base, a throwing error by Munson, and then a ground out by Steve Braun to drive in the run. Chris Chambliss, who bounced to short his first time up the batter. Beautiful new Yankee Stadium. Capacity crowd. The lights are on, by the way. A little overcast. Weather ideal. Temperature in the 70s. All right, Dave Gholst delivers. It's right down the middle, strike call. First time I've ever broadcast a ball game standing up. Curve bounced slowly down the first base line. Carew one-hands it, makes the play unassisted, and there's 1 away. That brings up Greg Nettles, who struck out his first time up. Yankees out hitting the Minnesota Twins 4-2. But 2 errors have been costly for the Yankees. And on deck, Oscar Gamble. And Nettles takes a pitch outside, ball 1. They give Greg a lot of room down the left field line. Low, ball 2-0. The left fielder, Larry Heisel, way over in left center. And the center fielder, Steve Fry, over in right center. And Dan Ford close to the line in right field. Kick and the pitch, pull foul past Elson, out again. 2 balls and a strike. One out, nobody on. 4-1. Twins lead the Yankees. Low and inside, 3-1. Big right-hander. No windup. The pitch is outside, ball 4, and Nettles is on. That's the first walk given up by Gholst in the ball game. He has struck out 1 man. Oscar Gamble, who's single to right field, his first time up. Gamble the batter and Willie Randolph on deck. They're not bothering to hold Nettles too close to first. The kick and the pitch is in there, strike 1 call. Great to see Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle back again. Gholst delivers, and it's low, 1-1. Also Mel Allen, all the old Yankees from the 1923 team. Frank Gifford and Kyle Rote. The Brown Bomber, Joe Lewis, too. All right, Nettles with a big lead off first. 1-1 the count. Pitch bounce. Pass through down the right field line. That's going to be trouble. It gets by Ford, and Nettles is going to score. Gamble's going to try for 3, and he's going to make it. Gamble hit one right by Rod Carew. It rolled around the wall down the right field line. Nettles scored, and Gamble went all the way into third. And it's a 4-2 ball game now. And the Yankees have a runner at third with only 1 out. You could see Rod Carew has not played too much first base, trying to field that ball on the side. And the batter, Willie Randolph bounced to second base his first time up. Only 1 out. And that was a base hit for Oscar Gamble as he just put it up on the board. Goes sets the pitch to Randolph. High, ball 1. So it looks like that's a triple all the way. There's been no error put up on the board. Gamble leads away. The pitch to Randolph. Swing and a foul back, 1-1. Ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run in. Twins in front, 4-2. Gamble leads off third. Here's the stretch by Gholst. Curve is low, 2 balls and a strike. Carew even with the bag at first. Dave McKay even with the bag at third, and Thompson and Terrell are playing halfway at short and second. The right-hander ready. High and tight, ball 3, 3-1. And on deck, Rich Coggins. And Gholst now starts snapping at that ball when it's thrown back by his catcher. the count. The stretch and the pitch, strike 2 called. A good fastball, let her high. Oh, Willie Randolph got to protect that plate. Both pitching from a stretch position. The payoff pitch. Line drive, base hit, left center field. That'll get Gamble in easily, and Randolph makes a big turn and comes back. And it's a 4-3 ball game now in favor of the Twins. Willie Randolph on a 3-2 pitch lined the base hit in the left center field. That brings up Rich Coggins, who lined hard to center field his first time up. The Yankees bouncing back now. They narrow the deficit to 1 run on deck Jim Mason. Randolph likes to run. Quick throw to first. Willie's back. And the Yankee fans start the rhythmic applause. Another throw to first. Randolph back easily. Coggins takes a deep breath at the plate. He's going. The pitch is outside. Throw to second will not be in time. And Randolph started for third, went back. It's a stolen base for Willie Randolph. He got down there ahead of the ball, and the ball hit him as he slid in. It did not roll too far, so Willie Randolph gets a stolen base. The pitch to Coggins was a ball. Beautiful head-first slide by Willie Randolph. And the Twins got a break there because when the ball hit Willie, it kicked out towards left field, but not too far. And here comes Gene Mauch out to the mound. They have a left-hander loosening up in the bullpen, and Mauch looks out there as he walks out towards the mound. He is looking, and it looks, yes, he makes the sign. That's going to be all for Dave Goltz. He had the Yankees for 3 innings, but here in the 4th, the Yankees have exploded. They have a runner at second with 1 out. They trail in the ball game 4-3. And right now, the new pitcher is making his way to the mound. The new pitcher will be a left-hander, Vic Aubrey. Aubrey's got that sidearm delivery. He's tough on left-handers. Born in Key West, Florida. 6 feet tall and 190 pounds. Last year, won 6, lost 7, had 1 save. And let's see, Rich Coggins was up there, but looks like he might have been called back. He has been, and Lou Piniella is coming up to bat for Rich Coggins. Lou Piniella is off to a fine start this year, hitting .625, 5 for 8, a double, a triple, and 2 runs batted in. While Aubrey's loosening up and Piniella getting ready to pinch hit for Coggins, a reminder, a lot of the Yankee ball players and coaches are looking for homes in the metropolitan area. And if any of you good folks out there have a furnished apartment or a home that you'd like to rent to some of the Yankees, we'd appreciate it if you'd send a letter or call the Yankees and let them know what you have available, where it is, and just how much you're charging. It's a tough time. You know, the ball players would love to have their families with them, but living in a hotel is no fun. So please, if you have anything available, you might be going down the shore for the summer or taking a trip, ball players will take good care of your home. Right now, Lou Piniella steps in. The count on Coggins was 1 ball and no strikes. At second base is Willie Randolph. There's one out. The Twins are leading the Yankees 4-3. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. All right, Aubrey gets the sign. The kick and the pitch bounce foul over the Twin dugout, strike one. Aubrey gives you a lot of motion, and you got to wait a little longer on the pitch. Not quite as much motion as, say, an Eddie Lopat, but still you watch his legs and his knees and his arm, and you're way out in front. 1-1 the count on Pinella. He wheels, throws to second, but Randolph is back. So Pinella steps out of the box. One ball, one strike, one out. I feel straight away on Pinella. And as we told you down in Baltimore, in the early games, Pinella's really been pulling that ball. But he can go the opposite way if you give him a pitch away from him.
There's a base hit to left field. And Randolph is going to try it. The throw will not be in time, and the Yankees have tied it up. Lou Piniella pulled that ball a bullet to left field. Willie Randolph scores, and we got a tie ball game. Oh, Lou Piniella didn't waste much time. And that run is charged to Dave Goltz, by the way. So his record is complete in 3 1/3 innings. Goltz gave up 6 hits. He walked one, struck out one, and was charged with 4 runs. So Goltz will not be the winner or the loser. And here comes Otto Velez, or in Spanish, it's pronounced Velez, the bat for Jim Mason. And remember, Mason had hit that bullet over Dan Ford's head in right field, one hop against the 353-foot sign, and scored in the 3rd inning. So that means Stanley will probably come out and play shortstop. Otto has been about one time without a base hit, a right-hand batter. There's a foul back and out of play. Lou Piniella at first base. Piniella now 6 for 9 on the year. And for Lou, that gives him 3 runs batted in. More importantly, it tied up the ball game. Twins scored 3 in the first, 1 in the third. The Yankees scored 1 in the third, 3 here in the fourth. Low, good stop. There goes Piniella. The throw to second, not in time, and Pinella's in. And that'll probably go as a wild pitch as the curveball hit the dirt. But I tell you, the new trim slim Lou Piniella was really alert. That ball did not bounce too far away from the catcher Butch Winiger, I guess it is. A wild pitch. Yankees taking advantage of every opportunity here in the bottom of the fourth that tied it up 4-4. 1-1 on Velez. Change-up pull foul outside of third. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Mickey Rivers. Ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Piniella leading off second base. Aubrey with a long look in for the sign. Still looking. Now Velez steps out as Piniella walks back to second base. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Aubrey sets. Curve is a little bit high. It's 2-2. That time he came overhand with the breaking pitch. Piniella with a big big lead at second base. Aubrey sets the kick and the curve outside. It's 3-2. Rick Aubrey trying to be a little too fine with Otto Velez. Full count now on Otto. Velez with good power. Pulls that bat right down in the end. Ready for the payoff pitch. Here it is. Base hit left center field. That'll score Piniella, and the Yankees are out in front 5-4. Holy cow, the Yankees really coming through here in the fourth inning. That's 4 consecutive base hits for the Yankees, 2 by pinch hitters, so Billy Martin really has his crystal ball working for him. 8 hits for the Yankees. And the batter will be Mickey Rivers, who is due for 2. He singled off the glove of Jerry Terrell in the first inning and lined a single to right in the third. Stalling a little bit out there on the mound. Butch Weiniger and Vic Aubrey while they get some action out in the Twins bullpen. And in a moment, the umpire is going to go out there. No, he doesn't even have to. They break up the huddle. And let's see. We got a runner for Otto Velez. Red Stanley, who will stay in the ball game and play shortstop. Pasek, former Yankee property, big left-hander loosening up in the bullpen. Mickey Rivers the batter. Carew holds Stanley at first base. In at third is Dave McKay. And Mickey Rivers likes to Baltimore chop that ball over the third baseman's head. The stretch and the pitch. He fouls one back to our left and out of play. Good to see this beautiful new ballpark full of people. One out. Yankees 5, Twins 4, bottom of the fourth. Aubrey sets. Low and outside, 1-1. On deck, Roy White. Dick Hauser flashing the signs to Mickey Rivers. Leads away. The kick and the pitch is low and outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Aubrey, being very deliberate, walks back on the grass. Fingers to the mouth. That's the only place you're allowed to do it. If you do it on the dirt part of the pitching mound or the rubber, it's an automatic ball. His pitch is hit in the air to right center field, moving to his left is dry, deep, and makes the catch. Stanley all the way around second, heading back to first to throw, and Stanley has to slide back into first base. Mickey Rivers put the wood to that one on the warning track right in front of the 385-foot sign. That's the second out here in the bottom of the fourth, and now Roy White, who will bat right-handed for the first time in this game. Roy batting left-handed, bounced to second and bounced to first, but he did get credit for a run batted in. And on deck, Thurman Munson. Stanley at first with 2 out. Pitch is fouled, back in the crowd and out of play in the upper deck and back of first base. Massive humanity all over this ballpark. Look, that's an exciting place to sit now on the upper deck here at the stadium. It was always exciting, but they added about 10 or 12 rows to the upper deck. With 2 outs, Stanley leads at first. The kick and the pitch is a curve over, strike called, 0-2. Chokes up in the bat. That pigeon-toed stance of his. Aubrey ready. Fastball foul down the right field line. That'll be back into the crowd. Balls are really carrying here today. When the game started, the wind was blowing towards left field. It's switched around now. It seems to be blowing more towards center or right center field. And by the fences being moved in, it's already given a home run to Dan Ford. Again, the 0-2 delivery. Bounce, foul outside of third. Still 0-2 the count. Herman Munson on deck, adjusting his golf glove. Stanley at first base, 2 out. Yankees lead at 5-4, bottom of the fourth. Throw to first. Stanley's back. Aubrey ready. High, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Straight away on Roy. Another throw to first with Stanley back. 2 strikes, 2 out. 4 big runs in here in the bottom of the fourth. Aubrey delivers. It's a curved ground ball to second base. Terrell up with it. Over to Carew. Roy White is retired. But not before the Yankees pick up 4 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a man left. And at the end of 4, it's the Yankees 5 and the Twins 4. May in the 3rd inning, and Fred Stanley, who ran for Lou Piniella, was out to play shortstop for Jim Mason. And if you fans would like information on Yankee season tickets, or even if you're thinking about bringing a group to a Yankee game, the group sales department is on duty. All you got to do is call Yankee Stadium, 212-293-4300. The top of the order to face Dick Tidrow. Jerry Terrell walked and scored in the first inning. He was on when Dan Ford unloaded that home run. And Terrell flied to center field in the second inning. We're in the top of the 5th. The Yankees in front 5-4. Tidrow kicks and delivers line. Base hit past Nettles. That might go for 2. White coming in quickly. Terrell around first base, digging for second. Here's White's throw. And he slides and he's in with a beautiful fadeaway slide. He overslid the bag with his hand, but then hooked it with his foot. So Terrell opens the top of the 5th with a double pass, the diving Greg Nettles. And that is the first hit off Tidrow, the 3rd hit for the Twins. That brings up Dan Ford, who hit the 2-run homer in the first inning, struck out in the 3rd. Pitch to Ford. Loop to left field. Roy White started back, comes in now, and makes the catch. And it's 1 away. That ball fooled Roy White because it was hit off the end of the bat with a big swing. And now Rod Carew bounced to first and walked. Rod has stolen a base and scored a run. Right now, let's pause for station identification. This is the New York Yankee Baseball Network. Out of play and back at third base. 1 out. The Yankees leading 5-4. Tidrow sets again. His pitch is popped up. Might be playable. Nettles near the dugout, and he can't reach it. It bounces in the seats and out again. And Nettles picks it up and throws it back into the crowd and gets a big hand. Well, I don't think the Yankees will mind today. We're going to make a few bob on this crowd. 54,028 seats, and they got at least that. The count on Carew, 1 out. Terrell at second base. The Yankees lead 5-4, top of the 5th. Tidrow stepped off the mound. Now he's ready. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's something you very seldom see Rod Carew strike out, especially against the Yankees. He was always getting a piece of that ball, if not a base hit, 2 out. And now Larry Heisel. Heisel was hit by a pitch, stole a base and scored in the first inning, and walked in the 3rd. Nettles is over talking with Tidrow. Plate umpire Don Denkinger wears the chest protector like they do in the National League. The kick and the pitch is low and outside, ball 1. All the other umpires wear the big inflated chest protector that they can hide behind. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0. On deck, Steve Braun. Outfield around towards left on right-hand hitting Larry Heisler. And the pitch is hit high in the air to right center field. Gamble coming over, loses his cap, is under the ball and makes the catch. Tidrow gets out of that mild jam. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. At the end of 4 1/2, the Yankees 5 and the Twins 4. Thurman Munson will lead it off. Thurman has bounced to third and hit into a double play. The Yankees lead 5-4 in the bottom of the 5th. Dick Aubrey, the left-hander out there, and the first pitch is strike on the outside corner. It'll be Munson, Chambliss, and Nettles here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The kick and the slow curve is looped into left center field. Moving to his left is Larry Heisel. Backs up a bit now and makes the catch. He had Munson fooled on that one. Thurman had taken a stride and was off balance when he hit it. And here's Chris Chambliss. Chris bounced to short and bounced to first. They play Chambliss straight away. And the first pitch is a broken note. Sounds like a broken bat foul ball. Elston Howard up with this one. About Aubrey's motion, really weight on him. Not overpowering. He winds, and the sidearm curve breaks over. He had Chambliss bailing out of there, 0-2. Had Aubrey ready. Curve is base hit to center field. A high-hanging curveball that Chambliss jumped on. So Chris gets his first hit of the day. That's the Yankees' 9th hit in the ball game. And now Greg Nettles, who struck out and his 9th hit in the ball game. And now Greg Nettles, who struck out and walked. He got the Yankee rally going in the 4th with 1 out walking. and then 4 consecutive base hits. And suddenly the Yankees, who were trailing at that time 4-1, went out in front 5-4. Pitch to Nettles, right on the outside corner, a good breaking pitch. On deck, Oscar Gamble. One man out. Aubrey ready, sidearm curve, popped up by the plate, it's playable. Butch Weiniger in foul territory makes the catch. He jammed Nettles with that pitch, and there are 2 away. And now Oscar Gamble. Gamble has singled and tripled. He has scored a run and driven in a run. Oscar likes to stand outside the box and take a wicked cut before he steps into the batter's box. Psychology, he says, likes to shake the pitcher up a little bit. Chambliss at first with 2 out. Yankees in front 5-4, bottom of the 5th. Aubrey sets. Did he check it? Yes, he did. It's ball 1. It was a high, tight fastball that Chambliss started. Rather, Gamble started and then held up. Chambliss leading off first. To the belt. And the pitch hits the corner. It's 1-1. Billy Martin puts a lot of mileage on walking up and down the Yankee dugout. On deck, Willie Randolph. Chambliss leads away. Curve high and tight, 2 balls and a strike. Looks in for the sign. Throw to first base. He does not have a good move for a left-hander. All the Yankees have been on first have gotten back very easily. He sets again. And the pitch is fouled back in the crowd and out of play. And the scramble is on for the souvenir. Balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chambliss at first here in the bottom of the 5th. The Yankees in front 5-4. The Yankees have 9 hits. The Twins have 3. The stretch and the pitch. Brown ball is short. Thompson up with it. Goes over to first base in time to get Gamble. For the Yankees, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. And at the end of 5, the Yankees 5, the Twins 4. Yankee baseball is brought to you by Colonial's Yankee Frank. Has just dragged the infield, made it nice and smooth. Jimmy Esposito and his ground crew do a great job here. Tidrow will be facing Steve Braun, Butch Weiniger, and Dave McKay here in the top of the 6th. We've got a beautiful scoreboard out here. I've got to find the spot where they put the scores for the other games up. All right, the first pitch by Tidrow is low to Steve Braun. Ball 1. Braun's been about one time, bounced out, but got credit for a run batted in. Tidrow's next pitch is line foul down the right field line, back into the seats. Ray Cusick started as the designated hitter. He had a sacrifice fly to right field his only time at bat to drive in a run. And Gene Mork likes to play percentages, so when Tidrow came on, he brought Braun in. The 1-1 pitch is line to left field. White hustling to his left and makes it. Oh, he almost dropped it. It looked like a big ice cream cone out there. As Roy went to his left, the ball took off. Roy reached up. It hit in his glove and kind of rolled to the top. You could see all that white, and he just did hold on. So there's one away, and here's Butch Weiniger. He's popped to second and bounced to second. Weiniger Krieger, a left-hand batter. One man out. And the pitch hits the outside corner, strike one call. Tidrow kicks, delivers way outside, 1-1. Rudy May started the ball game, but Rudy, who hadn't pitched since April the 3rd, just didn't have his control. He was not hit hard, but couldn't find the corner. That pitch is low and away, 2-1. Pitches need work, and it's tough early in the year with a lot of off days. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. It's 2-2. You know Catfish Hunt is going to start every 4 days. And that's Figueroa, so the rest have to be worked in gradually. The 2-2 pitch, little bit low as he tried to blow it by him, 3-2. On deck, Dave McKay. The payoff pitch is hit high in the air, not too deep left center. Rivers and White there. White calls, and Roy makes the catch. 2 men are out. Now McKay struck out in the second inning, popped to short in the 4th. Tidrow's pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. Tidrow kicks and delivers. It's low and outside, ball 2, 2-0. On deck, Steve Bragg. The 2-0 pitch in there, strike call, 2-1. Tidrow delivers, and it's bounced to short. Stanley gets a nice hop. Throws them out. And the Twins are 3 up, 3 down, and at the end of 5.5, Yankees 5, Twins 4. It looks like Steve Luber, L-U-E-B-B-E-R. Looks like number 23 out there. Yep, number 23, Steve Luber, 6'3", 195 pounds. He's the 3rd Minnesota Twin pitcher of the day. Let's see if I pronounce it right. Rob Shepard. Did it. Okay. Let's see what Mr. Luber has done so far this year. This is his 2nd appearance. He worked 3 innings, gave up 1 hit and 1 run. Walked 1 and struck out 1. Willie Randolph will lead it off. Willie bounced to second, singled to drive in a run, stole a base, and scored a run. Wind up by Luber in the pitch. Randolph bunts down third, but it goes foul. That would have been a beauty. But it just rolled foul. So Willie will come back. He'll keep those third basemen honest during the year. They're going to have to play in on him. He's going to hit his share of base hits by him. Oh, Willie wants a little pine tar. Better not put it too high. I think the umpire might warn Willie, because you cannot. Remember, Munson had that base hit taken away from him, and it was against these same Minnesota Twins. If you get the pine tar too high on the bat, if the opposing team objects, Luber kicks, the curve is over, strike called, 0-2. Dave Goltz worked the first 3 1/3 innings. Vic Aubrey an inning and 2/3. Aubrey is the pitcher of record right now. The 2-strike pitch is hit in the air straight away center. Moving back is Bry and makes the catch. Ball hit well, but to straightaway center field. And now Lou Piniella. Piniella went in a pinch hit for Dave Coggins. Coggins had been about and lined hard to center. Piniella came on with a count 1 ball, no strikes on him, and then lined a single to left field to drive in a run and later scored. Piniella didn't score. Stanley. Yes, Piniella did score. Lou checks the swing, but it's in there for a strike. Piniella had to stay in the game or he wouldn't be batting now. One out. Yankees in front 5-4. The 1-strike pitch is low 1-1. Luba has good motion. Comes overhand with all his pitches. On deck, Fred Stanley. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That time, Luba came a little sidearm. The 1-2 pitch is fouled back and out of play. Piniella right now has been about 9 times with 6 base hits. Still a ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Lugo rocks back, hands over the head. Curve fouled off the mask of the catcher, bounced high in the air. Yankee checks, make sure he's all right. You know, a lot of catchers have a habit of ducking their head when a batter swings. And if you don't have the helmet on, you got a sore head. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Again the pitch, side armor, and it's inside. Let's see, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't believe that bat touched the ball that time. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evidently, that ball did hit Piniella's bat when it's a foul tip. High fly, shallow right field. Moving on is Dan Ford. And takes it for the 2nd out. And that'll bring up Fred Stanley for his first at bat in this game. Stanley's been about 4 times with 2 hits. 2 out, nobody on. Fred chokes up in the bat. And Luba's pitch is in there, strike 1 called. On deck, Mickey Rivers. Curve in the dirt, 1-1. Yankees are playing very alert baseball after the first inning. Taking advantage of every opportunity. Foul back and out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. Luber gets the sign. Low, 2-2. Very warm, comfortable day here at the stadium. Foul upstairs and out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Yankees 5, Twins 4, bottom of the 6th. Yankees had a big 4-run 4th inning. Another foul back and out of play. So Stanley is staying alive. Outfield not too deep on Fred. He chokes up in the bat. Closed stance. Another foul back and out of play. So Stanley giving a lot of souvenirs to the fans. Fred making Luber work out there on the mound. He gets a new ball. Nobody on base. He's ready. The windup. And the pitch, strike 3 called. Stanley caught looking. For the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 6, the Yankees 5, the Twins 4. Yankees leading 5-4. We're ready for the 7th inning here at brand new Yankee Stadium. And ready now, a man who doesn't need to see the schedule. Of course, he knows wherever the Yankees are going to be, he's going to be. And that's our buddy Frank Messer. Frank?
Okay, Phil Rizzuto, thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody. Steve Bry leads off with the Twins, and it's the first pitch in the air to deep left field. Roy White circling to his right is there, and he makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 away, and Tidrow has now retired 7 men in a row since Jerry Terrell's double, leading off the 5th inning. It is Tidrow's game to win or lose. He is the pitcher of record. Brings up Danny Thompson, the shortstop. He's popped up and been called out on strikes. Thompson, right-hand batter. They shade him a bit to the left side as a pull hitter, and he lets it on a fastball for a strike. The Yankees with 5 runs on 9 hits. The Twins 4 runs on only 3 hits. Line drive center field way. That's going to be a base hit. Rivers has to play it on a high bounce. Almost bounced over his head, but he got to it. There's base hit number 4 in the ball game for Minnesota. That is the second hit off Tidrow, and the batter will be Jerry Terrell. The second baseman has walked, fly to center, and double. He is hitting 167. Chambliss holds on the base runner Thompson. The pitch, a slider, is popped up foul outside of first. Chambliss over toward the seats. He does not have room. The Yankees were down 4-0 in the early going as Minnesota scored 3 runs in the first inning, added 1 more in the third. The Yankees got 1 back in the bottom half of the third and then scored 4 in the fourth. 0-1 pitch. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Draw to first base. Not a good pickoff move, and Thompson was back well ahead of it. stretch by Tidrow. The glance at first and the pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. He was out in front of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Capacity crowd here at Yankee Stadium. Although the official attendance has not been announced to us in the booth. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the New York Yankees Home of Champions Radio Network.
You're listening to WMCA, that's Strauss Communications in New York. And hi, my name is Richard Hayes, and why don't you join me every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock? Come spend Sunday with me. The best is yet to be.
Starter Rudy May had thrown 5 pitches. The Twins led 2-0. Rudy struck him out in the 3rd, and he flied out in the 5th against Tidrow. So Dan Ford is 1 for 3. Lob throw to first base, not in time. The Yankees is the pull hitter, more so in the outfield than the infield. As we are in the top half of the 7th inning. Thompson takes his lead about 3 steps at first base. Chambliss holding the bag. Big gap on the right side of the infield for Ford. And the pitch. Foul back again. And into the crowd. I would like to say hello to a lot of Yankee fans in Beacon, New York, listening to our ball game this afternoon on WBNR. Welcome to Yankee baseball up there in Beacon, New York and vicinity. Tidrow into the stretch. Big right-hander comes set at the belt, straddles the rubber. In Binghamton, New York, you're listening to Yankee baseball on WKOP. Foul back. Canandaigua, New York area. You're enjoying Yankee baseball over WFLC. Welcome. The count, 2 outs. Thompson at first base. Ford waiting. And the pitch going. Low at the plate downstairs, 2-2. Tidrow looks into Munson for his sign. Comes set above the belt. The pitch. Swing. Base hit out and the man is left. At the end of 6 1/2 innings, the score is New York 5 and Minnesota 4. 2 for 3. Left-hand batter. The paid attendance here at Yankee Stadium this afternoon has been announced as 52,613. 52,613. Rivers swings and misses. Steve Luber, the 3rd pitcher used by Twins manager Gene Mock. Missouri. Has the sign from Weininger, kicks and deals, and an off-speed curve is bounced up the middle, but to his right, the second baseman down. He's got him. Fine play. Very, very close at first base. As Jerry Terrell had to come in and do his right quickly to get to that ball and make the play. Here's Roy White back again as a left-hand hitter. Started out hitting left-handed against Goltz. Grounded out to second and to first. His right-hand batter against Albury. He grounded out to second, so Roy is 0 for 3. He's after the first one and pulls it foul just by the Yankee dugout. No balls and a strike. Roy is batting at the moment .353. Baseman McKay is in tight on the grass, and the pitch is hit in the air to left field. Coming out for it is Heisel. The left fielder is waiting now and makes the catch. 2 down. Thurman Munson will step in. Thurman has not thumped this afternoon. He's 0 for 3. Rounding out to third. Grounded into a double play started by the shortstop and flied to left. So he's pulled the ball every time up, but not for a base hit. Munson is batting .238. This is Munson's first game behind the plate this year after he injured the index finger on his right hand early in spring training. He takes high, ball line. You're waiting, and the pitch is blown away. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Chris Chambliss is on deck. The Yankees lead 5-4, bottom half of the 7th inning. Look in for the sign. The windup, 2-0 pitch. The air to right center field, ranging over the right fielder to his right. Ford is there. Ford makes the catch to retire the side. So the Yankees go down 1, 2, 3, and at the end of 7 innings, the score is New York 5 and Minnesota 4. Right now, before we go to the 8th inning, we'd like to apologize for technical problems a little bit earlier in the broadcast. We seem to have everything under control now, however. Sometimes gremlins on opening day can even seep into the broadcast booth or the line somewhere along the way. Quick summary on the ball game. The Twins scored 3 runs in the first inning. A walk to Jerry Terrell, a home run by Dan Ford. Larry Heisel was hit by a pitch. Stole second, kept on going to third on an error by Willie Randolph on Munson's throw. And he scored on Craig Cusick's sacrifice fly. The Twins made it 4-0 in the third. Without a base hit, they got a run. A walk to Carew. He stole second, went on to third on Munson's throwing error. And scored on Steve Braun's ground ball to Chambliss at first. Rod Carew leads off the 8th inning. The Yankees got a run in the bottom half of the third on a double by Jim Mason. White's ground out. And the Yankees came back with 4 in the 4th. Carew is 0 for 2. He swings on the first pitch, ground ball to first. Chambliss has it, steps on the bag and out. One out, and the batter will be Larry Heisel, who has been hit by a pitch, walked and fly to right, 0 for 1 with a run scored. Heisel is a right-hand batter. Heisel had an outstanding year last year, even though missing part of the season with bone spur operation in his right elbow. Pitch is high and away, ball one. He swings to this one, lines it back over second base, base hit into center field. So Heisel has good speed, is on. Heisel wound up hitting .314 and 255 at bats last year. Steve Braun will step in. Braun is 0 for 2 with a run batted in. Left-hand hitter, the designated hitter now after he batted for Craig Cusick in the third inning. First pitch, fastball low and inside. Braun from Trenton, New Jersey. 5'10", 175 pounds. Braun batted .302 last year for the Twins. He lines this one past Randolph, base hit at right center. Mickey Rivers after the ball. Heisel tries the third, throw to third base, hits him. It hits Heisel and bounces back to Fred Stanley, so the Twins have runners at first and third. The throw from Rivers appeared to be on the mark, but hit Heisel in the back as he went into third base. It bounced right back to Fred Stanley, and the Twins have a threat going with one out, runners on the corners. The Yankees have the bullpen going. Dave Fagan, a right-hander, is throwing out there. So runners at first and third. Yankees lead 5-4, and Butch Weiniger is the batter. Billy Martin is making a slow stroll out toward the mound. Oh, we'll see if Billy has something in mind. Weiniger is a switch hitter. And it looks like Billy wants him to bat right-handed because he's gone to the bullpen. He'll bring in left-hander Sparky Lyle. So Tidrow leaves after a creditable relief appearance and gets a nice hand as he walks off the mound. Tidrow relieved in the third inning. Retired 5 men in a row, gave up a double to Jerry Terrell, then retired 7 in a row, before giving up a 1-out single to Danny Thompson in the 7th. He got the next 2 hitters on strikes. He got the first man here in the 8th, but now back-to-back singles by Heisel and Braun take Tidrow out of the ball game. And Sparky Lyle will try to put the fire out. If you are not fortunate enough to have tickets for today's season opener here at Yankee Stadium, we invite you out Saturday. Sparky Lyle is making his third appearance. He has won 1, lost none. Pitched only 1 1/3 innings. He comes into a situation with runners at first and third, 1 out. And he'll be pitching to Butch Weiniger, a switch hitter who will turn around now and bat right-handed. Looking over our Home of Champions radio network, if you're in the Ellenville, New York area, you're listening to WELV in Ellenville, New York. If you're in the Manchester, Connecticut area, chances are you're tuned to WINF. And we welcome all our Connecticut Yankee fans. Every Yankee game at home and on the road will be broadcast here on the Home of Champions Radio Network. We hope you'll make it a habit to listen to New York Yankee baseball. Yours truly, Frank Messer, along with Phil Rizzuto and Bill White, will be on hand for the action. Lyle completes his warm-up throws when Weiniger steps in. The Yankees are leading 5-4. Twins are threatening with runners on the corners and one out. Weiniger is 0 for 3. He's popped up, grounded out, and flied to left. Weiniger evidently has beaten out Glenn Borgman for the #1 catching job on this Minnesota ball club. Fine minor league credentials and the first pitch to him. He takes a strike as Sparky Lyle gets the slider over. 0-1. The runners lead on the pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, strike 2. And in the background, I'm sure you hear the Yankee fans riding on every pitch now from Lyle. Sparky walks off the back slope of the mound, grabs the rosin bag, slams it down, blows on his pitching hand. 0-2 pitch will be coming. Here it is. And it's pulled foul past the third base dugout. Put down there, and sort of strange to see Tony Oliva coaching at first base for Minnesota. He is also on the active roster. 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. And it's fouled away, straight behind the plate. Larry Heisel is at third. Steve Braun at first. One out. Infield at double play depth. Lyle trying to protect a one-run Yankee lead, 5-4 over Minnesota. Here in the top half of the 8th inning. Rivers in center, shades toward left for Weiniger. The stretch by Lyle. And the pitch comes. Foul into the Minnesota dugout. So Weiniger has gone around a couple of times on Lyle and pulled 2 of them foul. Lyle again blows on the pitching hand. Not to warm it up because it is a warm day. Stares in, starts his motion, and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball is popped up foul behind first. Chambliss is after it, and so is Rivers. Randolph, the second baseman, comes over to take it. Willie Randolph backing out Chambliss on the play, called the first baseman off of it, and makes the catch in foul territory. So there are 2 down. Remain at first and third, and the batter will be Dave McKay, the third stacker. McKay is 0 for 3, having struck out, popped up, and grounded out. Right-hand batter. Heisel at third, Braun at first. Pitch. Breaking ball against the outside corner. The official announcement has just been made that the Yankees have added to their active roster catcher Rick Stelmazik. Foul back into the seats behind first base. And count goes. No balls, 2 strikes on Dave McKay. The Yankees were a man short with the absence of Ronnie Bloomberg, who is scheduled to undergo surgery tomorrow out in Inglewood, California. Bloomberg will have surgery on his right shoulder. The Yankees hope that they can have him back for the last month or 6 weeks of the season. But that's looking a long way ahead. Right now, Lyle with an 0-2 count on Dave McKay. Runners first and third, 2 down. looks in for his side for Munson. Comes set below the belt, and here's the pitch. Fastball is low, dug up nicely by Thurman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two gone. Yankees leading 5-4. Top half of the 8th inning here at Yankee Stadium. 1-2 pitch coming. It is low, a breaking ball. Munson knocked it down, kept it at his feet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rudy May started this game, pitched 2 1/3 innings, allowed 4 runs, only 2 earned on 2 base hits. He walked 3, hit a batter, and struck out 2. And Tidrow came on in relief. Tidrow pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and struck out 4. 2-2 to McKay. And he fouls it off on a half swing. Count rides, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sparky Lyle in a save situation. Baseball, rubs it up. Looks down the lane to Munson. The runners lead. Eisel from third, Braun from first. The set, the kick, the pitch. Bouncing ball to shortstop. Stanley has it. The flip to Randolph at second, and that retires the side. A threat but nothing more. For the Twins, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 men are left on base. So now in the middle of the 8th inning, the score is New York 5 and Minnesota 4.
He did hit shot.
Chris Chambliss will lead off the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Yankees. Chambliss is 1 for 3. Left-hand hitter, and the pitch is over but low, ball 1. Steve Luber, the 3rd pitcher used by the Twins, throws the baseball in for Don Denkinger to take a look at, and Denkinger throws it out of play. The Twins with Larry Heisel at left, Steve Bryant center, and Dan Ford in right. Dave McKay at 3rd, Danny Thompson at short, Jerry Terrell at 2nd, and Rod Carew at 1st. Rookie Butch Weiniger catching. Yankees lead 5-4. The windup by Luber and his pitch to Chambliss. Foul to the left side and back toward the upper deck. We say hello to Yankee fans in the Gloversville, New York area, listening to WENT in Gloversville. Welcome. Ground ball to the right side. To his left, Terrell, the second baseman, scoops it up, throws to first in time. So Chambliss is retired, 1 down. The Yankees have not presented a base runner against Steve Luber, who relieved to start the 6th inning. He's retired 7 in a row. And will now pitch to Greg Nettles. Nettles is 0 for 2, having struck out, walked and scored, and popped up foul to the catcher. He swings and he misses, strike 1. Luber looks in for his side. And the next pitch to Nettles. Check swing, and a strike is called. 0-2. Second baseman Jerry Terrell plays Nettles out in shallow right field. Way, way back in the grass. Bag in the grass. Shortstop Thompson almost behind the bag at second. 0-2 pitch. Fastball inside. Ball and 2 strikes. There's the kick. Here's the pitch. Changeup outside. 2-2. busy day here at Yankee Stadium this afternoon with the lights on through much of this ball game. Now the sun starts to break through, and the pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Started this ball game for the Twins. Vic Aubrey relieved in the fourth inning, and Aubrey is the pitcher of record. Luber came on to start the sixth, and he has pitched well. The 2-2 pitch to Greg Nettles. Hit in the line to center field. It's in for the base hit. Rye plays it on the roll, and Nettles is on. Base hit number 10 for the Yankees. So Luber retired 7 in a row, and now Nettles has singled. Oscar Gamble, the batter. Gamble playing right field this afternoon, has singled and tripled. He's scored 1 run and driven in a run. 2 for 3. Goes Nettles, and the pitch is lined to left, giving chase to left fielder Heisel. Can't get to it. It's by and breaks the bases. Nettles will score. As Gamble goes into second base with a double, and his second RBI, the Yankees lead 6-4. Base hit number 3 in this ball game for Oscar Gamble. Martin called, but a hit and run. Nettles broke, and Gamble lined a double out into left field. And now with Gamble at second base, 1 out, here's Woody Randolph, right-hand hitting second baseman. Randolph is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Luber's going to think it over as he straddles the rubber. And the pitch is a fastball low, ball 1. Yankees keep the action going on the bullpen, right-hander and the left-hander. Of a left-hander, probably Tom Berkmeyer won that. Throw to second, not in time. Gamble gets back as the second baseman Terrell tried to sneak in behind him. Gamble at second, 1 away. The Yankees in front 6-4 here in the bottom half of the 8th. Hides the ball behind the right hip, takes the side, comes to the belt, spins and throws again to second. Safe, it was closer. Gamble goes back standing. One ball and no strikes to Willie Randolph. Luber takes his time, now kicks and deals, and he's low with a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Gamble leads away at second. Luber is ready. He throws to his second baseman, who is nowhere near the bag. Jerry Terrell was in his normal fielding position as Luber spun around, and if he had thrown to the bag, nobody would have been there. But he threw right to the second baseman, Terrell. 2-0 pitch, high, ball 3. Time is called as pitching coach Don McMahon of the Twins walks out to the mound. Try to settle Luber down. Luber had pitched well until this inning. He got Chambliss on a grounder, but then Nettles ripped a single, and Nettles doubled. While the conference goes on, let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the New York Yankees, home of Champions Baseball Network.
This is WMCA, Strauss Communications in New York. Hello, I'm Dan Daniel, and I'm on the air every day, 10 to 1, Monday through Friday.
Here we go, 3-0 pitch, and it is taken for a strike by Willie Randolph. Don McMahon had his say to his right-hander and went back to the dugout. Gamble at second, one out. The stretch by Luber, and the pitch to Willie Randolph. Check swing and a strike call. Randolph broke for first. And the count is full, 3-2. First base coach Elston Howard appeared to be questioning the call by Don Deckinger. Kelly now starts a conversation with first base umpire Larry Barnett. Shallow right. Coming out for it is the right fielder. Ford jumps in between Ford and Bell for a base hit. Gamble goes on to third on the throw in. They got away from Peru. Willie Randolph goes to second. There's a base running by Willie Randolph. We saw the throw from right field get away from Rod Carew. Randolph raced out to second base. We'll get the official scores ruling. It will be a single. Gamble holding to see if the ball would be caught. Gets only to third. So now the Yankees with one out have runners at first and third. The batter will be Lou Piniella. The catcher Weininger goes out to talk to Luber, and Piniella has a conference with third base coach Dick Hauser. Runners second and third. One away, let's see if they pitch to Piniella. There was an error involved in the last play, but let's see who they give it to. They'll charge it to Danny Ford, the right fielder. Statistician and traveling secretary Bill Kane voiced the question all of us were asking. Public relations director Marty Appel announced a single on an error. Bill said, error on who? We quickly got the answer. The error is charged to Ford on the throw from right field. Infield play is in as Piniella steps in. They'll walk in. Piniella will be put on. Hit back in the fourth when he batted for Rich Coggins and singled to drive in a run. He also scored the go-ahead run on a base hit by Otto Velez. Ball three has been thrown, so Piniella will be put on, and the batter will be Red Stanley. There's ball four. Stanley struck out in the sixth. He was called out on strikes. He's 0 for 1. So the Yankees have the bases loaded. First bases loaded situation in this ball game. Gamble at third, Randolph at second, Piniella at first. Stanley, very anxious in there at the plate, and a pitch out was called for as the Twins look for the suicide squeeze. One ball and no strikes. Gamble at third, looks at Coach Dick Hauser. Let's see if they do put the squeeze on. We'll watch Gamble for you. He does not come, and the pitch is taken low. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. It's a good thing the squeeze was not on with that pitch. A tough pitch to bunt. Low fastball. Our budding coach just walked through the booth. Phil Rizzuto. 2-0 pitch. High. Ball 3. So Luber now is in danger of walking in a run. The Yankees lead 6-4. And of course will take all they can get. 3 balls and no strikes on Stanley. 3-0 pitch. Strike call. Letter high and across the middle. 3-1. Stanley steps out, looks down at Coach Dick Hauser at third. Gamble leads at third. Randolph off second. Pinella away from first. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Blown outside. Stanley walks and gets credit for a run batted in. The Yankees lead 7-4. Randolph moves to third. Pinella to second. Stanley at first. 1 out. And Mickey Rivers is the batter. Rivers is 2 for 4 this afternoon. Batting .227. And that's going to be all for Luber as Gene Mock walks out to the mound. Is retired here in the 8th after facing 6 batters, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, 1 intentional. Gene Mock, 50 years old, from Salina, Kansas. In both major leagues. Not a whole lot. First came up with the major leagues with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1944. Pirates in 47. Dodgers and the Cubs in 48. Boston Braves in 1950 and 51. Cardinals in 52. Managed at Montreal, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years. John Mock has made his pitching change, bringing on left-hander Tom Bergmeyer. Luber goes 2 1/3 innings. He has been charged with 2 runs, and of course 3 base runners are his responsibility. He allowed 3 hits. Walked 2, and Luber struck out 1 man. Munson is looking for his first hit of the day. He's bounced to third, grounded into a double play, fly to left and fly to right. Right-hand hitter takes his time getting in the batter's box. And 1 gone. The stretch, the kick, the pitch, curveball is fouled off to the right side as Munson tried to take it to right field. No balls and 1 strike. At one stage of this game, the Yankees were down 4-0. They now lead 9-4. The 1-strike pitcher. Curve is popped up in a shallow left. Back goes the shortstop, and Danny Thompson, the shortstop, makes the catch in shallow left field. He took it over his shoulder with his back to the infield, and the runners all hold up. That brings up Chris Chambliss with the bases loaded. And now 2 down. Chandler started the inning by grounding out to second baseman Jerry Terrell. Terrell plays him back at the grass. Infield plays him to pull the outfield, not so much so, although the left fielder, Heisel, does shade a bit towards center. Bergmeier's pitch, a curve is inside. Ball 1. Stanley at third, Rivers at second, White at first. Bergmeier's working off the set position. And his pitch, breaking ball is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The first home run at New Yankee Stadium claimed by Dan Ford in the first inning of this ball game. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball is lined to right. Base hit. Stanley will score, so will Rivers. And on to third base goes Roy White. The Yankees lead 11-4. Chris Chambliss with a bases loaded single drives in a pair. 11-4 New York. Appel, our Yankee Public Relations Director, has stopped by the booth and wants to whisper in my ear. And he whispers, it's a great day. Great day for the Yankees. They're leading 11-4. Nettles the batter, runners first and third. The pitch is inside for a ball. Thank you, Martin. To first, Bergmeier's pitch hits the bat. As Nettles tried to get out of the way of the pitch, it was inside and hit the bat, fouling off 1-1. Nettles is the 11th man to come up. He started the scoring parade with a 1-out single here in the 8th, lining one to center field. Gregg is 1 for 3. He swings and he misses on the slider. A ball and 2 strikes. Yankees having built up an 11-4 lead now with 14 hits. The kick, the pitch, curveball is over, but must have been a bit low. 2-2. Again, the stretch, the lefty deals, and Nettles swings and misses for strike 3. But the Yankees come out of the inning with 6 runs. They leave 2 men on. At the end of 8, the score is now New York 11 and Minnesota 4. 1,613 paid and over 54,000 in the ballpark. We'll watch the top half of the 9th inning as the Minnesota Twins come up with Steve Bry, Danny Thompson, and Jerry Terrell, barring any pinch hitters. Sparky Lyle trying to save the ball game for Dick Tidrow, who was the pitcher of record. And the fans out in the bleachers reacting to something we cannot see from our vantage point. Steve Bry, right-hand hitter, is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Rudy May started for the Yankees. Tidrow relieved in the 3rd. Lyle relieved Tidrow in the 8th. Lyle came in a save situation. The tying run was at third base. He winds, left-hander's pitch, high over Munson, back to the backstop. Tidrow stands to get the win. He pitched 5 innings. Pitch on the way. Slow curve is a called strike. 1-1. Looks like Lyle shaved something off of it. Now the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is hit in the air to right field. Gamble is there, makes a one-hand stab, and there's one away. And now the number 9 hitter, shortstop Danny Thompson. He's 1 for 3. The Yankees lead 11-4 here in the top half of the ninth, trying to make it 4 wins in a row after losing their season opener to the Milwaukee Brewers. They were shut out by Jim Slayton. Wild deals, high. The Yankees then came back to beat the Brewers and took 2 in a row at Baltimore. The pitch on the way, looped out into shallow left field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. Neither Stanley going back nor Rivers and White coming in could get to it. So Danny Thompson collects his second hit. Base hit number 7 for Minnesota. The first off Lyle. And now Jerry Terrell, the leadoff hitter and second baseman. Terrell is 1 for 3. He has walked, flied to center, doubled, and struck out. Right-hand batter chokes up a bit and takes a low fastball for ball 1. Nettles plays him in shallow at third, in on the grass. He swings away and pulls one foul down the third base line. Eddie Lyons, the third base coach, claims it, flips it to Nettles, and Gregg relays it to Sparky. Chambliss is not holding Thompson on, with the Yankees leading by 7 runs, 11-4. Pitch coming. Breaking ball is popped up foul outside of first, headed for the seats, out of play. Started the day's action with a 1/2 game lead over the Milwaukee Brewers. So barring a miracle here by the Twins in the 9th inning, the Yankees will maintain first place in the American League East. 1-2 pitch to Terrell. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. Gamble plays him very shallow out in right field. Rivers straight away in center, White straight away in left. 2-2 deal. High, ball 3 and a full count. Pitch is on the way. Hit in the air to center field. Rivers comes in a couple of steps, camps under it. And Nick the Quick takes it. There are 2 down. Twins' hopes rest now on the shoulders of right fielder Danny Ford. Ford hit his second home run of the year in the first inning. Followed a walk to Terrell and gave the Twins a 2-0 lead at the time. Since then, he has struck out twice and flied to left. Ford is batting 120. Thompson leads at first. Here's the pitch. Foul straight back. Delivery outside. Ball, one ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Danny Thompson out at first base. And the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is foul straight back. Ball and 2 strikes on Dan Ford. Lyle gets an e-base ball. The Yankees lead 11-4, 2 outs. A man at first here in the top of the 9th inning. These teams meet again Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock ball games. Lyle looks to Munson. Has the sign. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Nub foul over toward the third base dugout. And it in on his hands. A ball and 2 strikes. the 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, left side. Stanley comes up with it, throws to second, not in time. Fred Stanley, deep in the hole at shortstop, came up with a fine fielding play. While still on the ground, he threw to Randolph at second base, but not in time to get Thompson, who broke as soon as the bat was swung. So the Twins stay alive with runners at first and second. That is a base hit. Carew, the batter, with 2 on and 2 gone. Pitch to Carew. Breaking ball is popped up foul outside of third. Nettles chasing over toward the seats. Does he have room? No, the wind drifts it away from him. Nettles wrapped himself over the rolled up tarpaulin. Could not reach it. So the Twins stay alive as Thompson goes back to second base. Ford back to first. He nips at the rosin behind the mound, blows on the pitching hand again. Look back to second by Sparky. He deals. The pitch is hit on the ground. Randolph at second. He's up with it. Goes to first, and the Yankees go ahead. The Twins in the ninth, no runs, 2 hits, 2 men are left. On base. I'll be back in a moment with the totals and the recap. The final score, the New York Yankees 11 and the Minnesota Twins 4. The New York Yankees 11 runs, 14 hits. The Yankees committed 2 errors and let 6 men on base. For the Minnesota Twins, 4 runs, 8 hits. The Twins committed 1 error and left 8 men on base. The winning pitcher is Dick Tidrow, who pitched 5 strong relief innings to pick up his first win of the year. And the losing pitcher is Vic Aubrey. 2 RBIs apiece for Mickey Rivers, Chris Chambliss, and Oscar Gamble in the ball game. Other runs batted in by Roy White, Willie Randolph, Lou Piniella, Otto Velez, and Fred Stanley, who drew a bases-loaded walk to force in a run. So there are your totals on the game, and I'll have more with the awards right after this message. Well, the winning pitcher, Tidrow, gives Sparky Lyle a save, even though the score was very wide at the end, 11-4. Lyle came into the ball game when the Yankees led 5-4, and the Twins had the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first, and only 1 out. So the Yankees have now won 4 straight. Our Schaefer stars of the game, Dick Tidrow, will be awarded 5 points for his winning effort in the ball game. Oscar Gamble 3 points for his 3 base hits, a single, a double, and a triple, and also for 3 base hits in the ball game, a point to Mickey Rivers. Today's winning pitcher, Dick Tidrow, and for Dick and his family, gift certificates, compliments of Jack in the Box, where he can take life a little bit easier at Jack in the Box restaurants. The Polio Gamer Award goes to Otto Velez, who drove in the go-ahead run. The Yankees maintained the lead. Velez, with a single, pinch-hit single in the 4th inning, drove in Lou Piniella from second base after Piniella had singled and moved up on a wild pitch. So Velez receives a gift basket filled with Polio Ricotte, mozzarella, and other fine Polio products. And today's Butterfinger Fielding Award, really, there was not an outstanding fielding play in the ball game, so we'll make it a team award and say the Yankees sure earned their Butterfingers. The executive producers of Yankee baseball are Mike DiTomaso and Jerry Kelly. Associate producer is Enos Carnesecca. Our engineer has been Dan Bartolucci. Lines and network facilities were arranged by the Robert Wold Company. Our next Yankee broadcast will be Saturday afternoon when the Yankees meet the Minnesota Twins here at Yankee Stadium. Their time will be 1:55. Join us in the on-deck circle at 1:45 on Saturday. And now this is Frank Messer along with Bill Rizzuto and Bill White saying so long from Yankee Stadium in New York City. Once again, the final score, New York Yankees 11 and the Minnesota Twins 4.